Today's video provides a brief overview of the feminist movement and the feminist theory.
Women matter. And we will not be shy about standing up to what matters to us. And here's what matters to me. That my daughter inherits a world where a healthy environment is a basic right for all of us.
The feminist theory is a concept within sociology that explores the political, cultural, or economic inequalities affecting the status of women in society. The theory was founded on the understanding that gender inequality have historically served to oppress women. Consequently, individuals who ascribe to the feminist ideology must work to promote women's rights and gender equality. The feminist theory also states that power inequalities will exist when the hegemonic male majority seeks to assert control over an oppressed female minority. As a result of this male-female majority-minority dynamic, a societal conflict exists that leads to social inequalities. These inequalities resulted from males attaining privilege within society. According to the feminist theory, males in westernized society are a privileged class whose advantages create many social, physical, and psychological problems for women. And since privilege is not an inherent societal condition or circumstance, it is believed that society can rectify the current power dynamic and social standing between men and women. Feminism promotes the need to eradicate sexism, sexist exploitation, and oppression by contradicting the existing status quo and challenging the male-dominated systems and structures that encourage inequalities of women. The movement also stated that society needs to change the paradigm of how men and women interact.
Come on in. Hi.
Hi.
Sit down.
Right?
You followed your intuition today, and you were right on target. I should have listened.
Thank you.
About the alibi,
I'm sorry.
I'm impressed that you took the initiative to go there and get it. That's what makes a good lawyer. And on top of that, you gained the client's trust and kept it. That's what makes a great lawyer. You're smart, pal. Smarter than most of the guys on my payroll.
Wow.
I think it's time to discuss your career path. Have you thought about where you might be a summer associate?
Oh, not really. I know it's very competitive.
Well, you know what competition's really about, don't you? It's about ferocity, carnage, balancing human intelligence with animal diligence. Knowing exactly what you want and how far you'll go to get it. How far will Elle go?
Are you hitting on me?
You're a beautiful girl.
So everything you just said?
I'm a man who knows what he wants.
And I'm a law student who just realized her professor is a pathetic asshole.
Too bad. I thought you were a law student who wanted to be a lawyer.
Let me just grab this. Oh, sorry about that. Whammy.
Champ,
Yeah.
you're trying to touch my breast, aren't you?
What can I say? I like the way you're put together. What do you say we go out on a date? Have some chicken, maybe some sex. You know, see what happens.
Oh, let me get this over here. Sorry. Oh, there it is.
I would argue that the feminist movement started the very moment men became the dominating force in human civilization. I make this assertion because who would be happy experiencing the burdens that arise when one human is under the dominion of another? Scholars have credited Mary Wollstonecraft for creating the feminist theory. In 1792, she published a book titled Vindication of the Rights of Woman. This book is a pioneering contribution to the feminist movement and women's rights. Wollstonecraft is one of the earliest feminist thinkers who held the view that all social categories were mediated through the ideology of gender. Therefore, femininity was a social construct that needed to be critiqued and dismantled. Wollstonecraft argued for opportunities for women to reach their full potential, and her theory set the stage for other 20th century feminist theorists.
Miles per hour, 46.56 degrees, 2,990 miles. Okay, so that puts your landing zone at 5.0667 degrees north, 77.33.
The Feminine Mystique by Betty Friedan challenged the lack of women's legal presence in American society, arguing that women had no custody over themselves, their children, property, or income. Friedan also argued that white educated women needed to find meaningful full-time employment in the public workplace.
I'm just a woman. And as a woman, there's no way for me to make my own money. Not enough to earn a living or to support my family. And if I had my own money, which I don't, that money would belong to my husband the moment we got married. And if we had children, they would be his, not mine. They would be his property. So don't sit there and tell me that marriage isn't an economic proposition, because it is. It may not be for you, but it most certainly is for me.
The constructs of the feminist theory are structures and systems, sex, gender, and race, discrimination, equality, oppression, choice, and sexism.
Women's suffrage is about feminism, but feminism is about fairness. Suffrage is not simply about the right to vote, but also about what that represents. The basic and fundamental human right of being able to participate in the choices for your future and that of your community. The involvement and voice that allows you to be a part of the very world that you are a part of. And women's suffrage is not simply about the right to vote for women, but also about what that represents. The basic and fundamental human right of all people, including those members of society who've been marginalized, whether for reasons of race, gender, ethnicity, or orientation, to be able to participate in the choices for their future and their community.
I want to reach 1 million likes. So please, Okay, thank you.
International, one chief.